Hey everybody, this is Dr. William Clark here for the Dr. William Clark podcast. Glad to be with you for another episode. I'm so excited to come to you today. We're going to come to you and to talk about this topic that I get all the time in terms of how do I raise money in the early stages of my nonprofit. But also, there's a little twist to this question: should I hire a grant writer? And I want to answer that question today. But before we get to that question, I want to pause and recognize that this show is being brought to you by the Nonprofit Fundraising Strategies Academy. This is the academy we created where we provide coaching for newbie organizations, newbie executive directors, and organizations who have been around for a while but are looking to make that leap to raising serious money. If this is you, if this represents your organization, I want to invite you to join me at nonprofitfundingstrategies.com. This is the place, the one-stop shop where you can get coaching for your nonprofit organization in the area of fundraising. And when you join the masterclass there, you get the chance to get access to live coaching from me. You get access to 60 plus videos I have provided to you and counting, where I discuss, teach, and talk about the 3 secrets to raising serious money. And you get access to all the tools that I use to raise millions of dollars. And so all the stuff that I've done over my career, I provide access to for you as a member and a student of the masterclass. If this is what you're looking for, if this is what you need, and you need coaching in the area of fundraising, would you please join me at nonprofitfundingstrategies.com. Again, that's nonprofitfundingstrategies.com. Now, let's get to this topic today. Here's a question. We're a young nonprofit. We have a 501c3 designation, but have not raised much money over the last 12 months. Should we hire a grant writer? And so here's my response to that. I want you to understand that, particularly if you're in this stage of your organization life cycle, that if you're a new organization, I don't want you to start thinking about grant money immediately. I want you to pause for a moment, because when people typically say that they literally just launched their nonprofit, or they just got their 501c3 designation, and they are now in the stage of giving stuff away, doing stuff in the community, creating a community presence, etc. They're doing all this stuff like creating a website, creating business cards, creating branding material, doing all the types of things that make it look like you're busy running your business. But the truth is, when it comes to running a nonprofit, you're not running a staging company. You're not running a company that looks good on paper or that looks good on social media. You're running a company that's designed to do some sort of good in the community. That's the intention of a nonprofit organization. And yet, a lot of people spend a lot of their early energy building things that add no value. Your logo adds no value. The color scheme of your t-shirt adds no value. The look of your business card adds no value, because when people call that business card, they call that number, email that email address, and notice that you have no infrastructure to do any business, do any programs, receive any money, provide any meaningful and substantive services. People would then realize you're just starting out. So I want you to get out of the phase of looking for money, but I want you to focus on building a couple of things first: either a business plan, strategic plan, and or a fundraising plan. Perhaps there's a combination of all 3 that you might want to build upon, but I want you to spend more time doing that. Why is that, and how does this relates to hiring a grant writer? It's important for you to focus on building these plans and strategies because of your age and stage of your organization. You will not qualify for a lot of major grants. Now, you may get your hands on smaller grants here and there, $2,500 there, $1,000 here, $500 there, but those grants don't do anything. They allow you to buy supplies, maybe. They allow you to do some giveaways in the community, but that's not a program. That's not a service that you're providing to the community. That's stuff you're just giving away. That's stuff that you're doing to create a presence in the community. That's not what a nonprofit is designed to do. While you can do that, if you're serious about serving your community and making a difference in your community, those grant monies, while we celebrate all grant monies, large and small, in our organization, those grant monies do not move the needle to make a difference. Here's the thing. When you're running a program, you need staff to run them. You need staff to fulfill all obligations. You need staff to deliver. You need staff to collect data. You need staff to recruit clients. You need staff to talk with funders. You need staff to build the next iteration of the program. And so $2,500 for a small grant doesn't help you do any of that. In fact, when we get those small grants aren't used for staff. They're used for overall programmatic usage, other elements of the program that makes it go, not staff. Staff is what you need. So Here's my guidance, right? I don't want you to focus on hiring a grant writer. I want you to focus on, if this is you, creating a master grant application. A master grant application is key because it is the thing that you can create, and I can coach you on how to do that, that will have a life cycle of 18 to 36 months. That's right, 1.5 to 3 years. A master grant application, if done correct, can be used to start to apply for grants that are appropriate for the age and stage of your organization, and you can replicate the process over and over and over again by simply drawing from the master grant application, submitting the master grant application if it's appropriate, and or taking pieces of the master grant application to submit a much more smaller, a pared down version of the application. At the end of the day, the master grant application is the key. If you cannot afford a grant writer, which most newbies, if not all newbies, cannot, right? And no, you can't pay the grant writer on the back end. We've all thought of that. It's not ethical. It doesn't work. Yeah, you need to pay your consultant up front. It's not the consultant's job to get you all this money. You have to have a reputable program that they can actually sell. Because even if they get you money and the funder gives you the money, are you able to receive the money? Some grants are reimbursable. Can you handle that? Some funders want to do an interview. And while the grant application will look great, interviewing you is not the job, or fulfilling the interview process is not the job of the grant writer. So you still have a lot of selling to do even after the grant is submitted. So to save you money, to save you agony, to save you the pain of being jerked around or hiring the wrong person, or you not realizing that you made a mistake, I want you to focus on building a master grant application. This will save you a lot of money, a lot of pain, a lot of energy, and will put you on the path of developing a strategy for your nonprofit. This is going to be critical for you, for your subsequent staff members, and for your board members. You want to get them used to strategy. You want to get them used to running and operating a business and legislating a business such as a nonprofit. This is key. Now, if you've never done this before, I want you to go ahead and join me at the Nonprofit Fundraising Strategies Academy because, one, I teach on this thing, but then two, I also have the template ready to go. So as soon as you join the masterclass, you can start working on that bad boy right then and there. And if you need some light touch coaching and guidance on this, I can walk you through that process. All you got to do is go to the nonprofitfundingstrategies.com website, click on enroll wherever you see enroll on the website. It's all over the website. Click on that, enroll, and join the masterclass. Get this live coaching. If this is the stuff you enjoy, if these are the secrets you need to hear that nobody is thinking of, nobody is providing to you, I got way more in the vault that I'm willing to give away. All you got to do is join the masterclass. What you should know before applying for grants. Just go to nonprofitfundraisingstrategies.com. I'll be glad to help you on your journey. And again, as we close this podcast, please think about saving your money. Focus on being more strategic with your money. Don't look for a grant writer. Focus on what you can do to systematize your fundraising approaches. And I want you to take a serious look at this master grant strategy that I'm teaching you today. And if you need help with that, come on, visit me, nonprofitfundingstrategies.com. This is Dr. William Clark for the Dr. William Clark Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace, everybody.